What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including Vince McMahon enraged over Betrayal, CM Punk joins the political protest, prayers out to Alexa Bliss, the Godfather survives a scary accident, a former WWE superstar injured during a match which was forced to stop, a WWE star officially leaves, Brock Lesnar surfaces again, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new videos on Wrestlelamia XL. And now let's see the intro and get straight into our first story. That first story looks at Vince McMahon enraged over Betrayal. It's time for the latest on the Janelle Grant lawsuit against Vince McMahon. The suit, which originally included former WWE executive John Laurinaitis, was recently modified, with Laurinaitis removed as a defendant following his decision to cooperate with Grant's legal team. Ringside News summarized the latest development, saying Laurinaitis, who was once named as a co-defendant in the lawsuit, was officially dismissed from the case with prejudice by Judge Sarah F. Russell on May 30th. He's now a cooperating witness, with both sides confirming in a joint statement that he has agreed to provide evidence against McMahon and WWE. This development could change things dramatically, depending on what Laurinaitis' testimony is and how credible it is. As you might expect, Vince McMahon is enraged about this. Dr. Chris Featherstone claimed that someone close to McMahon texted him. It said that it all depends on the civil case with Grant. He does not want to hurt his baby, and privately, he's been consulting with ideas and advice. McMahon is reportedly working on launching an entertainment enterprise, and this development could put things on hold, again depending on the case's outcome. But they also added, another part of the text that I got was, he was upset about Laurinaitis' betrayal, and as far as the civil case and the confidential agreement that was violated. Featherstone notes that the source has a direct relationship with McMahon. As he continued, there's a lot more, but at the same time, it says Vince has a lot of powerful people on his side. Some observers believe that the Securities and Exchange Commission case against McMahon was resolved favorably following the 2024 presidential election. While that's just speculation, there's no denying that he could have good friends in very high places, one being US President Donald Trump himself. Next up, CM Punk joins the political protest. CM Punk has the world talking again, this time following his appearance at a political protest this weekend. The Times of India is reporting WWE star CM Punk made a surprise public appearance at the No King's Day protest in downtown Chicago, signaling strong support for civil action amid growing nationwide unrest. Known for his outspoken nature, Punk was photographed alongside demonstrators wearing a black Savage hoodie and cap, mingling with protest leaders and supporters in the Loop area. A wrestling straight-edge superstar has never been shy about speaking out on behalf of the causes he believes in, so this isn't a surprise. What is surprising for some fans is that Punk is protesting against alleged authoritarianism in the federal government, yet working in a show held in Saudi Arabia, a country ruled by an absolute monarch and one still under fire for alleged human rights abuses, including abuses of migrant workers, forced labor, suppression of media freedom, and politically motivated imprisonments, and at least one execution. Many have called out Punk for being a hypocrite in this situation, as not long ago he sent a very direct message to The Miz for selling out. Next up, RVD weighs in on the protest. A WWE Hall of Famer Rob Van Dam shared his thoughts on the current protests happening around the United States. The whole effing show shared this with listeners during his one-of-a-kind live stream, saying, yeah, you know you can protest. The First Amendment gives us the right to protest. You have the right to redress your government, the right to free speech, the right to free assembly, as long as you're not breaking the law while you're doing that. And that's what people are doing. If you're throwing rocks and stuff and stealing while you're protesting, then no, that doesn't make it legal. You can't just say you're protesting. That's not how it works. Wrestlers have opinions like everyone else, and it's clear people are taking sides. But what do you guys think of RVD's comments? Next up, the Godfather survives a scary accident. Someone was really looking out for WWE Hall of Famer The Godfather, aka Charles Wright, as he took to Instagram to let fans know he survived a scary motor vehicle crash. Wrestling News reported The Godfather said on his IG that the truck pictured hydroplaned due to bad weather and it rolled 3 times. Thankfully, he and the driver walked away without a scratch. Glad to hear no one was injured. Wright, best known for his run as The Godfather during the Attitude Era, let fans know what caused the crash. And he also mentioned that he's okay after it. Hey guys, I just want to let everyone know that I'm okay. I came out of this without a scratch. It's just really bad weather here in West Virginia. We started hydroplaning. I wasn't driving, but we started hydroplaning and went into a 3-truck rollover. but it's going to take more than that to take me out. But thank you everybody for your concern. I just want to let everybody know I'm okay and I'm still smoking. Now, I'm really happy to hear that the WWE Hall of Famer is doing well after this very scary incident. Next up, prayers out to Alexa Bliss. Now, Alexa Bliss is back in WWE and she recently advanced to the Queen of the Ring tournament, defeating Alba Fire, Candice LeRae and Charlotte in a fatal 4-way on SmackDown. Sadly, during this weekend, Bliss was hit with heartbreaking news of her cousin Vanessa, who passed away after battling cancer. Bliss took to X to post a heartfelt message saying, "The strongest fighter and the most positive girl I know. My cousin Vanessa, I miss you and love you. Until we meet again." Now, a number of fans posted their condolences to her and her family, and we'd also like to offer our condolences to both Alexa Bliss and Vanessa's family during this very difficult time. Next up, WWE are interested in an AEW Tag Team. Now, our former AEW World Tag Team Champions Private Party, aka Isaiah Cassidy and Mark Quinn, headed to WWE. Well, let's look at some recent stories that suggest WWE is interested in signing Private Party and that the team may be available sooner rather than later. It was reported in this week's Wrestling Observer newsletter that Private Party's deals are up very soon. Fightful Select adds that WWE expressed interest in Private Party before the promotion knew the status of the team's contracts. Although it's also important to note, there's no report WWE reached out to the duo since they are still under contract, and that would be contract tampering, right? The former tag team's future remains unclear, as Fightful notes, "We're not been told if they've been approached either for new contracts or by WWE. But would you guys like to see Private Party in WWE? Do you think they could add anything to the tag team division?" Next up, Teddy Long puts WWE on blast. Well, what's got Teddy Long upset about WWE? The Hall of Famer carved out quite a career in the grappling game as a referee, manager, and later as SmackDown's general manager, but he's got beef with WWE, as heard on his Road Trip After Hours podcast, where he criticized the promotion for its very high ticket price. Well, here's what I think about that. It's kind of called greed. You know what I mean? When you get greedy, sometimes that causes you problems. Long isn't alone in criticizing WWE's seemingly never-ending efforts to squeeze every cent out of the fans, and he also added, "Right now, you're living in this world. The economy is really not in a whole lot of good shape. A lot of people are out of work there, so they can't afford to buy those tickets. I went to Walmart today, and I just got a few things, and I got this, and it's $200. I'm like, Jesus Christ, what can you do? You have to do these things, and I just thank God I had the money to pay for them. But there are some people who are not going to be that lucky. They aren't going to have the money to pay for that stuff." What do you think of Teddy's comments? Do you think that he's right in that WWE has now become greedy with their ticket prices in such a shaky economy? Do you guys think that WWE's ticket prices are really out of control, or are they just simply striking while the iron is hot? We gotta think though, even though those ticket prices are ludicrously high, they're still selling out arenas left, right and center. So who's the problem here? WWE or the fans? Next up, a former WWE superstar injured at an indie show where a match was forced to be stopped. A former WWE superstar Gigi Dolan, aka Priscilla Kelly, has now returned to the ring suffering a setback when she injured her leg during a match for Revolver Cage of Horrors. Ringside News reported that Kelly's match against Zachary Wentz was stopped, and Kelly updated fans on X saying, "My patella came out of place. It does that from time to time. It's an autonomy issue that I've had my whole life, and I've managed to always work through it, even sometimes continuing matches after it happens. It's not an injury, it just hurts a good bit, and I have to pop it back in place. Now you know. Sorry guys." And we're sending our best to Priscilla as she makes her in-ring comeback. Next up, a WWE star officially leaves the company. Now it's official, Carlito has left WWE. The former Judgment Day member took to Instagram to let the world know he's now a free agent, saying back in business. In addition, PW Insider reports WWE took Carlito off its internal roster. Now, all things considered, Carlito had a good run following his cameo at 2023's Backlash PLE in Puerto Rico. Fans responded so well that WWE signed the man who spits in the face of people who don't want to be cool, initially adding him to the Latino World Order before turning him heel and placing him in the Judgment Day. While Carlito's role was often that of comedic relief, there's no denying fans enjoyed his run, and his comedic timing and in-ring abilities were sharper than ever. We're wishing Carlito all the best on what he chooses to do next. Next up, MVP apparently not a fan of Shawn Michaels. A former WWE superstar and current AEW talent MVP has now been speaking out not against just Triple H, but it now appears that Shawn Michaels is also on MVP's hit list. During an episode of his Marking Out with MVP and Dwayne Sway's podcast, the leader of the AEW's Hurt Syndicate faction praised Michaels' ability to sell, but also noted, "Shawn Michaels is not necessarily one of my favorite people, but you can't dispute his selling, the emotion he would get from people, the way he would sell and make people feel sorry for him." The Heartbreak Kid's selling ability was part of what made his career so legendary. While MVP may not like Michaels personally, it's good to see that he can still separate his personal feelings from his professional ones. And finally, Brock Lesnar surfaces again. And last but not least, the internet wrestling community is buzzing following a recent Brock Lesnar sighting. The Beast Incarnate has been absent from WWE television for nearly 2 years, although his name did occasionally drop during broadcasts, but it's kinda likely we won't be seeing him back in WWE, at least until the Janelle Grant lawsuit finishes. Nevertheless, Brock remains an oft-discussed name, and his recent picture with his daughter Maya Lesnar, who recently won the NCAA Shot Put Championship, has people talking that you can be sure this will fire up talk of when Lesnar is returning to WWE. But there you have it, folks, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.